Good
Hello.
morning. Meron tayong nakilala galing sa isang Pilipino na galing sa um, New Zealand.
Filipino.
Tapos dito tayo na meet sa Norway. Pero dito kami dito sa Switzerland ngayon. So gusto ko siya ma-interview. Okay, start tayo. Can you introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Joseph. I'm from New Zealand, originally from the Philippines, but I've been in New Zealand for plus minus 12 years. Yeah.
Joseph, we can speak Tagalog or English, but if you comfortable speaking in English, that's fine. So we
Tagalog,
met
Bisaya.
in Norway, right?
Yeah, yeah.
No, how do you describe your life while you are in the Philippines?
It was okay. We were kind of a middle class family, so it was comfortable but not too comfortable. Um, yeah, middle class lifestyle kind of thing.
What motivates you to move to Switzerland, Joseph?
New Zealand, New Zealand.
No, New Zealand. I mean,
Greener pastures.
yeah,
Better
yeah,
pay.
yeah. In New Zealand.
Yeah, yeah. The decision was with friends, with classmates at the time. But I was deciding whether moving to Canada or UK or US
All right.
or Australia.
We're short of time, so we're gonna continue this interview with Joseph while we are here in Switzerland, and then you can learn more. And I will ask him how he applies, how he moved, how he migrate to New Zealand, and then you can comment below if you have any comments or questions, so that we can ask him. I have a contact number from him, and we will communicate with him. Thank you, Joseph, and we will do this again. Thank you so much.
Oh,
So we will continue getting content with our one of my friends here, Ace. So Ace, can we continue sharing your life? So what happened then when you reached New Zealand?
So, pag dating ko ng New Zealand, I started from the bottom. So, I was on work to residence visa, but I started with working in rest homes, caring for the old people, and then I continued until nakakuha ako ng work sa one of the hospitals. And then through Filipino connections, one of the bosses, started liking how I did my job, and then they recommend lang ko to work there, and then I went into perioperative assistant role. Hindi ko pa na-convert yung nursing license. Then after that, eventually I converted my license to the hospital. They helped me with the fees. But I had to be bonded for 2 years minimum. But I ended up staying more than 2 years.
Your first stay, do you use like visiting visa or working visa?
Yeah, work to residence visa. But after a year, hindi ko siya na-achieve yung residency nung job description na yun. So I had to renew my visa every year for I think 2 to 3 years. Oh yeah, 3 or almost something like that. And then eventually, na-convert ko na yung license ko as a nurse. And then nag-apply na ako ng residence visa after that.
So how many years to wait until you will get or approved
So sa New Zealand, you have to be there for at least 2 years. And then you can apply for
3 years.
Residence visa. After that, you have to stay for 3 years. Then you can apply for citizenship.
Yeah.
in New Zealand.
We'll talk about processing your papers. So if you are new or your first time, so where should you go? New Zealand or in internet or somewhere?
Yung sa akin kasi, we went through an agency, but that agency is closed now. They were a bit dodgy at that time, but they still got the job done, but they were known to have a lot of cutbacks, especially on the face. So I would highly recommend to do it on your own. Just have someone, just have a reliable consultant around, or yung mga kilala nyo na from New Zealand. But I would recommend you do it yourself, just with proper research, and but you have to do your own like due diligence about what visa you're applying for. But middleman is okay as long as it's not too expensive.
All right, Ace. We will continue this as we travel Switzerland, and we will continue your life story. And maybe one of our viewers here or subscriber, they will learn how to apply to New Zealand and how how to apply, and then after that, the perks, and then they can travel around the world when you are become a citizen. Thank you very much. We'll continue this, and we are here in Interlaken for now. So Ace, can you share your childhood life, where you grew up, where you're from?
Childhood is lipat-lipat man kami ng location when I was growing up. So born in Davao, but we moved to Bacolod during elementary, and then moved to Pangasinan High School, then back to Davao, and then graduated in Davao, Locanshaw High School, and then moved to Cagayan de Oro to finish my college. Shifted 4 courses, eventually finished nursing at Liceo de Cagayan University.
Yeah. Because I know that we are friends also with Jojo Camasora.
Yes.
So can you talk like how's you related with Jojo Camasora? I know he will be happy, and Ami and just the family
Yeah.
that they're making this trip possible for us.
So Tito Jojo is my uncle on the mother's side. I was growing up and he was around when I was living in Davao, and so he used to be the person I looked up to in terms of adventures, and hilig man siya mag-hiking. So now I'm heavily into like hiking and outdoor stuff. I think partly because of him when I was growing up. He was always hiking Mount Apo and doing all these rescue missions as a Red Cross volunteer and firefighter and all that stuff. So that inspired me. Now I'm in New Zealand. I'm involved in almost a lot of outdoor stuff: hiking, diving, surfing, mountain biking, as much as I can. Yeah, so it's good to see them in Norway and tour Europe with them.
Yeah, I met Jojo while I was working in a Bureau of Fire, and he's really kind person, and I'm so happy that he invited us and accommodation. Yes, this trip is make possible for us. So before we forgot, we would like to shout out to Camasora family, Jojo and Amelia, and just very nice family. After graduation, so you work. Where did you work?
Okay, so immediately after graduation, I went to Bukidnon, and then I worked there. I volunteered for I think almost a year in one of the government hospitals there, and then at the same time I was working in a private hospital at Polymedic, and then on the sideline I was doing clinical instructorship at one of the colleges in Valencia. Anyway, the plan was to get 2 years experience there and then move to the UK to work, but I kind of fell in love with the people there at Bukidnon, beautiful place, and then so I ended up staying there for 8 years. Made some really good friends. Yeah, part of it's a chapter in my life that I won't forget for sure.
So you have waited for how many years before you went to New Zealand?
Around 8.
8 hours,
Yeah,
8 years, right?
Yeah.
And then your experience is really good. So we will encourage those viewers that if you dream to work abroad, it's not easy. You need to make experience first, right?
Experience.
That's
Yeah, it's a must nowadays. I think anywhere in the world you have to um, get experience first. They're not even big on diplomas and degrees, especially in New Zealand. They would choose someone who has experience in a certain job rather than getting someone fresh out of college with a degree. They would always choose experience. But of course, as a backup, we always, as for Filipinos anyway, it's always good to have a degree as a, as a fallback.
So we will continue this interview while here in Interlaken. So maybe next time
Yeah.
or next stop. So thank you very much, and we will continue this very nice and very encouraging life story of Ace. And I will reveal his real name, and I will talk about
Oh
more on
no!
his life. Or whatever he wants, or if he not, then he will remain a mystery man on our YouTube. Thank you, Ace. So guys, we will continue the life story of Ace. So we are here, one of the lakes here in Interlaken, like about 10 minutes drive. So Ace, let me ask you. So where you have been now since migrating to New Zealand?
What?
What countries or places have you been visited?
Um, Mostly Australia. Tapos some place in Europe. So maybe Italy, France, and Korea, Netherlands, the UK. Here's Norway. Pa ba? Into Amsterdam, Vatican. So Germany
Yeah,
and now Switzerland.
Switzerland.
And going to Portugal, Spain, and Barcelona in 2 days' time. Yeah, I think Poland in a week's time.
In New Zealand, what is the most favorite spot or
Oh, there's so many, man. Like this, it's a place of scenic views all over the place. So, especially during summer, there's things to do for winter for sure, and then if you're into summer outdoor stuff, it's like there's so many things you can do. Everything's like available and cheap. Well, not so cheap, but affordable for people who work and live there. And then yeah, mountain biking, skiing, surfing, sailing, boating is a very common lifestyle. Golf, scuba diving, camping is a huge lifestyle in New Zealand. Everyone loves to camp and road trip around the country. Winter sports, hiking is a place for hiking. It's very safe. There's no animals to bite you. There's no snakes or spiders or ants. Yeah, this place, whatever you're into, New Zealand has everything. And then it's like an hour, 2 hour plane to Australia, basically.
but any recommendations like in Auckland, Christchurch, or what
Yes,
else?
it depends on personal preference. But for me, I like Auckland where I'm based because it's a bit, like the surroundings. It has everything, like the beaches, an hour drive to the mountains, an hour to drive to the best surfing spots. City life is there. Yeah, but if you're more into like isolated kind of stuff, then you go further down south, go to Christchurch, go to like I don't know, Otago. Queenstown is a good vibe as well if you went there.
All right, nice. We'll continue this one because we're still traveling, And thank you very much for spending time, a few minutes. And I will conclude this maybe two more stops. Thank you, Ace. Thank you
All
very much.
right.
Okay, Ace, we continue our
Yeah.
interview with you, sharing your beautiful story of your life. And we are already on the topic of touring and visiting some countries.
Mhm.
So, as you mentioned on my last video, yeah, you have visited some Europe's countries. Now, let me uh, tell me the story. Which country that you love most?
Oh, siyempre New Zealand kasi doon man ako nagstay. Pero visiting, Switzerland is nice. Norway is really clean and um, scenic. I think in terms of nature. But for me, nakasanayan ko na kasi yung work life balance sa New Zealand. So I would say New Zealand. Australia is really nice too, and they have very similar um, ways of doing things, but maybe slightly better in Australia in terms of income. But uh, maybe more options and choices sa you know like city life or um, yung mga outdoor stuff. But for me, sa New Zealand is still the safest when you wanna do like things safely.
Yeah. How often do you travel?
Siguro when I can, I travel locally a lot because I travel for work because I contract for work. So locally in New Zealand and in Australia is sometimes weekends. But mga ganito, mga trip like big trips like this, once a year if I can. Um, Sometimes maybe once in 2 years, but depending.
Yeah. Um, just ignore them. Let me ask you that in Europe, like here in Iceland or Norway or in Finland, they have aurora borealis
Yeah,
or northern lights.
yeah,
And I heard about Australia and New Zealand. You have your
yeah,
own
yeah.
aurora australis or
Australis,
southern
yeah,
light.
yeah.
How do you describe aurora australis?
I would say I haven't seen the one in Norway yet, but I've seen some photos. I heard it's pretty good. When I saw it last in New Zealand, it was pretty stunning. But I don't think it's as pretty as the one in Norway because of I think the polar effects and then the magnetic field. Um, in the southern part of New Zealand, which is like Queenstown, you can see it clear there when it goes there, but it doesn't move a lot like the one in Norway, where the lights literally dance in front of it. The colors are pretty much the same, but seeing the photos, I think there's definitely more colors of the ones in Norway.
In Norway.
Yeah.
Yeah. But besides from traveling and visiting countries, what do you do most when visiting a country? Like you can invite some people, like oh maybe you can go on the ocean or the mountains or the city life,
You
uh,
mean in New Zealand or?
or anywhere in the world.
When I travel, seeing classmates and seeing friends, mainly eating
Wow,
and
food, huh?
beer.
So you
And
can recommend food.
yeah, yeah, well, yeah. I just get recommendations from like this one traveling with the relatives that like they know the places more than me, so I would just get their suggestions. But mainly touring, like seeing views like this, visiting the mainstream, sites. Yeah, just lots of food really. Not a lot of siguro mga activities locally if I can. But Yeah.
Besides from food and some sceneries, do you buy some souvenirs
Oh
or
yeah,
what
yeah.
souvenirs do you buy going back home to New Zealand?
I'm a magnet person, so I always buy magnets for each town or big cities that I visit. So if you look at my fridge at home, I have a collection of magnets. Some people are into keychains and shirts and hats and all that, but I feel like if you buy something that you can use a lot, it will go, eventually, or it will maybe ornaments are good that you can display on your TV lounge. Those are quite good. Something that you don't consume or use a lot, so it doesn't get damaged and it stays.
Yeah.
I think.
All right. How about drinks? Do you try to taste the drinks
Of
like
course.
wine, beer, or rum, or when you visit a
Yeah,
place?
that's a given. So it goes without saying. Like when you go to different places, you have to try the local cuisine, kind of the popular food, delicacies or drinks.
All right. Maybe next step would be the last
Sure. Yeah.
episode, and we will talk more about your plans ahead.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm very privileged, Ace, that you give me time to
You're
talk
welcome.
and share your life personally. So we will end this here. Okay. Thank you. All right. We are now in Lucerne,
Lucerne. Woo!
Switzerland. Yay! And we still have.
Few
Ace
minutes.
for our interview, and we can now conclude our conversation, little conversation of the life, beautiful life story of Ace. So Ace, let me ask you, what is your future plan, as you have already achieved, or do you consider that you already achieved your ambitions in life,
Yeah.
or
Um,
ambitions or plans in your life? So what will be your plan ahead of the years that you as you live in New Zealand?
um, right now, I'm still weighing, right? I'm still thinking if I should move to Australia or somewhere here in Europe. But on the market for a wife, so I'll probably look for a wife first. But New Zealand lifestyle is very laid back. So if I do find a partner there, baka mag-ano na lang, just the basic stuff. Maybe get a house with my partner, get a dog, have some kids running around. But at the moment, I'm still loving the travel lifestyle, which is very very good. Uh, Maybe self improvement on the jobs on work, um, upskill a little bit, and then hopefully get some improvement on the wage side of things. But yeah, so far travel ambition and lifestyle, siguro I think na-achieve ko na rin siya and compared to the life before sa Philippines. Um, yeah, I can say that I made some good choices on the career path. But there's sa mga Pinoy dyan, it doesn't matter much on your industry of choice. You just need to find a way to get into. Kasi everywhere, especially Filipinos, they're in demand. Like doesn't matter if it's Europe, America, or Australia, New Zealand. If you're good at your job, like I said, experience is probably priority, and having a degree will really help. But sa napansin ko all over sa travels, I think they prefer experience if you're a manager of this, a manager of that, or if you upskill yourself, they will definitely look at your CV, yung years of that from that field, and then you go from there. Yeah, that's it.
For now, so I considered you as one of the successful Filipino nurses, who ambition to work abroad, and But in your own self, how do you consider, or how do you level your achievement, or where are you now on your career?
Um, there's still more work to do. Doesn't matter, where, kung saan ka ng, kumbaga, tier na naabot mo. There's a lot of Filipinos that are more successful out there that are just quiet about it. There's lots of Filipinos that are successful in terms of business in different countries as well. In terms of my career as contracting, nurse, I think I'm okay kasi I'm covering many specialties na rin sa theater. But there's never ending work to do, and there's always something to study for, to improve on. Um, there's still ways to improve your life. And pag nasa ano ka na, west ka na, there's opportunities depending on which pathway you take. I think for me, I think I can still work on things, and who knows, some people change their careers later in life, and I know a lot of people that are nurses before that are something else now, or some tradies before are nurses now. Depende lang din sa lifestyle. Some people are tired of nursing because of the shift work, and the long standing and all that. And basta you just find your first footing on whatever industry you're in, get some experience, and then have some experience abroad, then decide later on in life, once you find your ideal job.
Two more couple questions. So from here, we're here in Switzerland, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So after here, where you
So-
going?
After here, I'm going to meet some friends in Amsterdam and come back to Norway with my relatives to go to Poland, and then go back to Germany, to Berlin, to meet some classmates, and then go to Portugal, and then Spain, then Barcelona, and then fly back home to meet some more friends that I met all over New Zealand surfing. So yeah, hopefully then come back to work, and then grind again and work the whole year, save again. That's the lifestyle of the migrants. Everywhere you save for a trip just to cool down, recalibrate, reground yourself. Kasi sometimes we overwork, and then you don't think about anything else but work, and then you forget that you have a life outside of work. This is how people vent and relax. Yeah. Good
So
luck to everyone.
yeah. So Ace, I'm so happy that you give me chance
Thank you for having
to
me.
ask or share your life to me, and I'm very privileged because you allow me to put this on YouTube, and I'm very happy, privileged to ask questions because I love to ask some successful nurses, Filipino nurses, especially you. You are still young and you still have you still have room of many privileges. And you give me a chance also to have conversations with you. And thank you so much. Can you
Alright,
say
thanks for
any
having me.
words to our viewers, or words in New Zealand? Whatever you can say.
Um, Siguro, good luck, and yeah, find what you love doing. I think because everyone will find a job that they can get money from, but I think the main key is to find what you love doing, and then improve from that, and then get to travel as well. I think that will be a win-win on all the corners. Sa mga Pilipino na still thriving and looking for a pathway, there's always ways. You ask people, but yeah, work on yourself. And yeah, thanks for having me. It's been great.
All right, hey, so we are here in Laverne, so we conclude our conversation, true life story of a very nice life story of Ace. And thank you so much. And also for those who subscribe and watching, please make a comments out down. And then if you have any questions, let me know so that I can answer your questions. Thank you so much, Ace. All right, see ya.